This is Mamie Till Mobley. In August of 1955, Mamie Till was unwittingly thrust into national spotlight when her only son, Emmett Till, was hunted down and murdered by two white men seeking vigilante justice. It was 1955 in Chicago. Emmett had just turned 14. After begging his mother to let him spend the rest of his summer with cousins, Mamie Till put Emmett on a train to Money, Mississippi, where he would stay with his great-uncle, Mose Wright. On the evening of August 24th, after spending most of the day picking cotton in the hot summer sun, Emmett and a group of boys headed to Bryant's grocery for candy and drinks. Carolyn and Roy Bryant owned the small country store. Carolyn was working behind the counter that day. Emmett went in the store and bought 2 cents worth of bubblegum. Accounts of what happened next were varied, and there were no witnesses in the store. Carolyn claimed that Emmett Till grabbed her, threatened her, and wolf whistled at her as he sauntered out. Carolyn would later tell the jury that she was, quote, scared to death. In response, she stormed out of the store. Kids gathered outside said she was going to get a pistol. Emmett and the group were frightened and immediately left. When Roy Bryant and his half-brother J.W. Milam returned, one of the kids at the scene told them what transpired. Enraged, Roy and J.W. took matters into their own hands. On August 28th, around 2:30 in the morning, the two men showed up, armed, at the home of Mose Wright. They kidnapped and beat Emmett Till almost to death. They tortured, brutalized, and shot him before dumping his body in the Tallahatchie River. They would later admit to local authorities that they'd abducted Till. 3 days later, Emmett's body was recovered, but was so disfigured that Mose Wright could only identify it by an initialed ring he was wearing, a gift from his father. Local authorities wanted to bury the body quickly, but Till's mother requested it be sent back to Chicago. Against the funeral home director's judgment, Mamie Till wanted to see her son's body. In that moment of collapse, she made a pivotal decision. She insisted that her son's funeral be open to the public and open casket because, in her words, I wanted the world to see what they did to my baby. Though the prosecution produced compelling evidence, an all-white, all-male jury acquitted the men after a 5-day trial and just 67 minutes of deliberation. One juror famously said, "If we hadn't stopped to drink pop, it wouldn't have taken that long." Only months later, in an interview with Look magazine, Bryant and Milam sold their story for $3,000 and admitted to killing Emmett Till. Mamie Till Mobley dedicated the rest of her life to activism. Her difficult, brave decision to show the world her son's brutalized body helped spark the civil rights movement. Seeing graphic images in Jet magazine and the Chicago Defender made it hard for people to ignore violence being perpetrated against black bodies. And it made a path for the viral videos we see today highlighting police brutality against unarmed, everyday black Americans. Just like Emmett Till.